Hello, and welcome to the Penguins Collective podcast. The Pittsburgh Penguins defeated the Calgary. I can't say this word, Abs. I cannot. The Calgary Flames 5-2. It was a great game tonight. The Pittsburgh Penguins had a rough start, but they came back and they did a great job finishing off the Calgary Flames.
Calgary.
I know. Calgary.
You got it.
I know. I keep on messing that up. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the podcast. Hey, we are on YouTube. We are on Twitch. We are on Twitter. So if you guys want to join the conversation, make sure you enter in the chat. We're going to say hi to you. We want to know what you think of tonight's game against the Flames. It's going to be a fun time tonight. I hope you invite your friends. This is the whole point of the Penguins Collective. You guys chat. We chat with you. We grow as a fan base. All right. I am joined with our producer, my wife.
Hey,
the sexiest person in the world, Abby. Thank you for doing all that you do. Josh cannot make it tonight. His kids. That was his excuse tonight.
Dad duty.
Okay. Dad duty. But he cannot make it tonight. But that's fine. You got me. All right. You got me. I'm energetic. I watched the whole game. I'm ready to go. Last night, I said if Sidney Crosby passed a certain amount of points, I would get tattooed on my body. And there's been a development in this story. Look at this. 87. See this? This is called an airbrush tattoo. All right. We had like a fall fest today, and there was a guy there that was doing some airbrush, and I said, "Put 87 on my body. Do it." And it came out.
No
great.
questions asked. He just did it.
That's not even what he had to get tattooed. He had like dogs and hearts and all this stuff. And
it was meant for children.
They don't need to know that part. But yes, it was. And it was great. It was great. The guy was awesome. He did the 87, and now I guess my dream has come true. Sidney Crosby is a part of me. He is on my body. So
for 2 to 5 days.
For 2 to 5 days until this thing kind of goes away. It's waterproof, which is I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. But we have a bigger thing to talk about. We have the Pittsburgh Penguins, right? We talk about one of the Pittsburgh Penguins, Sidney Crosby. He put up some great points today, and we're going to kind of break down this game. This game kind of did not start off well in the first period. The first period did not look good, and we have Kyle immediately with a great take here. Can't stay, but Penn's got to knock it off with the penalties. The first 40 seconds of the third, I nearly knocked my popcorn over, and I thought Malkin was going to kill someone tonight. Absolutely. Thanks, Kyle, for stopping by. The Penguins' penalties was a major problem, and we're going to get into that in kind of not only what we did when we got a penalty, but what we did when we took them, because it was not good at all. But the first period for the Pittsburgh Penguins, we started off relatively slow. It was very boring. It was kind of like a chess match, I guess, with the Flames. All we were doing was kind of poking at them, and they were doing the same. There was not much going on. It's not a lot of high energy, a lot of chances, a lot of breakouts. There was none of that at all. But man, it was a boring game. I got to be honest. Absolutely boring game. In the first period, there were some penalties that was going back and forth. We had some options, but that was it. That was basically it. There was maybe one or two chances, and I gotta say, Nedeljkovic looked good. He looked really good as our his first start for the Pittsburgh Penguins, he looked solid. He didn't seem scared. He wasn't flopping all over the crease. He was very, very precise in what he did with his movements. I love that. I think he's going to be a solid backup for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And it showed, especially in the first period. There were some options for the Flames, but Nedeljkovic stayed strong. Going into the second period, totally different team coming out. Penguins started playing harder, faster, and more physical, almost identical to what happened yesterday against the Washington Capitals. The Penguins came out, they started, I guess, getting more offensive. They were coming into the zones, had more breakouts. They were definitely putting pucks on net. You could see that. And then just the scoring kind of reigned. They get one, right? So the Flames get one. Nedeljkovic, there's nothing he could have done, which is fine. We're up. They're up 1-0. That's fine. And then Rusty gets the first with a lucky bounce. Beautiful. That's the perfect way to tie up the game. And then the floodgates opened. The floodgates opened. Abby's player, Evgeny Malkin, scores tonight. And Gino scores. And he had a night. He had a night last night. And he just looks solid. Like, I just can't say more than that. Like, he absolutely looked solid. And I just gotta say, like, Malkin looked good. He looked really good today. I'm just trying to pull up here. I'm struggling of just the box score, but I can't pull it up. Abs, can you help me pull up the box score for the game tonight?
Yep, I'm on it right now.
All right. So as Abby's doing that, it's just I don't know. I don't know. So Malkin, it's like he takes a while for him to get going, but when he gets going, it gets a little scary. It gets a little scary for these opposing teams. But okay, Abby got it. Oh man, she's the best here. All right, so I just need to know who scored when, because okay, I don't think that's just the roster there. Abs, we need
Sorry.
you're crushing it. It's okay. Everyone loves it. Meanwhile, while we're waiting for the box score, guys, welcome to the chat. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitch, make sure you say something in the chat. What did you guys think of the game? What do you guys think of the game? What do you think of Gino? What do you think of Riley Smith? What all that? What do you think of the game? What do you think of Nedeljkovic? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you. That is exactly what this is all about. So make sure you put in a comment. We will see it and we will talk about it. Abby's pulling up the box score. Abs, if it helps, you can go to like thepenguins.com, like the NHL Penguins.com.
How is this?
All right, let's see. Let's see what you got. Once again, this is against the Washington Capitals.
I'll leave it to you for this one.
We just played the Flames, Abs. Let me see if I can pull it up. This is great content for everyone, so welcome. All right. We're doing this together. This is something that we are doing.
I'm no Josh. I'm sorry.
It's oh my god, it's fine. You're doing a great job. Everyone loves it. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Can I share my screen? Guys, we're learning together. How's that? Is this good? We can see it. All right. So the box score, obviously, the Pittsburgh Penguins defeat the Calgary Flames 5-2. Let's go. And this is the penalties here. Yeah. Okay, this is not helping me at all. We're struggling tonight, Abs.
Listen, I looked it up, and this is what came up.
Yeah, all right, here we go. Scoring. Whoopsie, this is in the corner here, right here. This is what we're looking for. So the second period, Mike Renato, he scores, and this is what I was talking about. The Penguins, thank you. We're back at it. So the second, we're good. Thank you. So here we go. So the second period, they score, and it doesn't look great for the Penguins. We didn't play solid in the first period. Slow start, so many penalties in the second period, the first period, just not looking good. They get the first goal, and that's the end of the second. So two solid 60 minutes. I mean, 40 minutes, excuse me. Didn't look great. And then the third period came in, and they were flying. New team coming in. You know, we just decide we're the 2016 Pittsburgh Penguins again. So in the third, you see Brian Rust gets that lucky bounce. Riley Smith looks good. Jake Gensel gets it. Evgeny Malkin, Herb Huberdeau gets one back, and then Rust gets the empty netter. Solid effort. 4 unanswered goals coming in the third. That is the resiliency, and that is exactly what the Pittsburgh Penguins need. Everyone was talking about it in the first game. Man, we lost the lead. Man, we can't hold on to it. There is something wrong with Mike Sullivan. The roster isn't complete. You name it, after the first game, people were complaining. But here we are, third game in. The resiliency is creeping in. We saw it with Washington Capitals. We're looking at it right now with the Flames. The first two periods, yes, the first period was super slow. Second period, we were playing, but we didn't see the chances. We didn't see the results of the chances. We just couldn't get the puck in the net in the second. In the third, once again, we did not slow it down. 1-0, we're down, but we don't stop there. 18 seconds in, Brian Rust gets a goal, ties it up, and we don't stop there. Like I said, when Riley Smith scores that second, which was 40 seconds into the third period, usually the old Penguins, right, the people who were complaining on the first game on last Tuesday, would say we would take our foot off the gas, and that would be it. The Penguins would kind of just let this go, and that would pretty much be it for the Penguins. We would lose. Therefore, no. Today, the Pittsburgh Penguins held on the lead, not only just 2-1, but expanded on it. Jake Gensel gets a great goal off the faceoff. He comes off from the right wing, comes off, just snaps it in. It was a beautiful shot. And then Evgeny Malkin getting another shot here. He had a couple point night. Gino looked great, and then obviously Brian Rust gets the empty netter. But that is the resiliency, and that is what the makeup is of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Mike Sullivan has been talking about this. He has been preaching about this, and finally he has a roster that could complement what he has been preaching in 16, 17, 18, 19. That was the mentality of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Fast, but resilient. Now, since COVID, we've had a slower team, an older team, so the speed has gone, but the resiliency kind of floated. This year, we have a whole new bottom six. We have an all-star defenseman coming in. We have a new backup goaltender, and finally, it seems that there is somewhat speed, but there is resiliency. So that looks good for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Not only that, but something to add on is these guys on every single line know what their responsibility is. It's not about how can I get up, how can I climb the ladder of the roster. It looks like the top 6 is set in stone. I have seen wonderful, wonderful outcomes from obviously Sidney Crosby, Brian Rust, and Jake Ensel. Those guys aren't getting touched unless either Rust dips. Like, I wouldn't put Gensel anywhere else. Obviously, Sid's staying on the first line. The only person there is Rust. If he kind of dips, he's going to the second line. But that's it. So that first line, deadly. Second line, Riley Smith. What an addition to that second line. Kind of becoming that Zucker player that we had last season. And with obviously Gino and Raquel, they look solid in that second line. And this third line, um, just solid. I mean, it's just solid, but they know their role there. What I'm trying to get at, these top two lines, not moving. So this bottom six, they're playing better. I saw a lot on Twitter saying that people are slow, that people can't kind of catch up. I think they're perfect where they are. You see O'Connor, you see Harkins. They are playing well, physical. They are putting shots on net, and that is exactly what we want to see. Achari looked phenomenal for a bottom six. Phenomenal. He was getting pucks in. He was shooting on net. He was getting down into the zone. That's exactly what you want to see from the bottom six. It's only a matter of time before we start seeing these guys score. Just it's a matter of time. I know the last 3 games it's only been top 6 guys, but there's going to come a game, which I believe it's going to be our next game, that literally the Penguins, here we go. Yep, just stop sharing. The Pittsburgh Penguins are going to have their bottom 6 kind of be dominant here a little bit. So, let's take a look here. Okay, yeah, our next matchup here isn't until Wednesday. It's a 7:30 start against Detroit on TNT. Hey, we got some time. We got some 2 wins here where we take them and we hold on to it. Nedeljkovic played phenomenal. I want to talk about that before we get into our next game matchup here. The Red Wings coming up. We got Nedeljkovic from the Red Wings. He played phenomenal tonight. And I can't express that enough. I know last season we had some doubts and some concerns with Casey DeSmith and his backup capability, but I don't know. Just watching Nedeljkovic move today, just watching Nedeljkovic play the way he did, I'm excited to see. Jari's playing phenomenal. He just got a shutout against Capitals. Nedeljkovic, this was his time to come and prove something, and he proved it. I know they got that nice shot. First off, it was in the top corner. Yeah, there's not much you can do that. Second one, it was a deflection. Do not blame Nedeljkovic at all. And I would say the same thing with Jari. But you got to realize this guy's our backup, and he's looking phenomenal. So now we can kind of lean on him a little bit if Jari gets a little shaky. I don't think that's going to happen this season. We are solid from what I saw in the last 2 games, okay? I'm taking small sample size, 2 games. Jari and Nedeljkovic look good. And I'm liking that. I'm loving that. That is confident. I feel confident going forward, especially playing, a reasonable team like Detroit coming up. I think obviously Jari's going to get that start. We have 3 days. Yeah, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Kind of relaxing. We're going to Michigan. So we'll be going to Detroit, but still the fact that we have some good guys going into the net for the rest of the season gives me a lot of confidence going forward. Like the top 6, the bottom 6 looking good. Kyle Dubas knows what he's doing, and he gets Nedeljkovic in there. I think that's solid. Mike Sullivan has a good roster moving forward, and we can only get better as the season progresses. 2-1 in the first three games. Crosby has 4 points. Malkin has about 5. We're rolling. I know if you saw the first game and you were a little bit nervous, you shouldn't be anymore. The Penguins are rolling. If we continue that after a bit of a break in Detroit, get ready, get the parade going. I think the Penguins could really make a big difference going forward. And obviously, like I said, it's a long season, but I think this team is something to keep your eye on. Last season, it was up and down, up and down. We were bad for like 7 games. We win for 7 games. We were bad for 15 games. We were good for 5 games. Bad for 10 get like, and that's the way the season went this year. Last year, this year, I don't know if that's going to be the case. I don't know. I know it's only been 3 games, but I don't know if the Penguins are going to be up and down. I really don't. I think we have a good spot. Um, a good we're in a good spot as of right now, and I like the roster. So that's pretty much it for this episode, guys. I wanna just say thank you guys for listening. If you guys have a thought on the game, leave it in the chat below. I would love to hear what you guys think of the Pittsburgh Penguins after game 3 beating the Flames 5-2. And before we go, really quick, hey, our sponsor is Yin's brand. All right. If you guys want to rep the Pittsburgh Penguins, Pittsburgh Pirates, Pittsburgh Steelers, and not have that ugly logo of all the Frankenstein logo thing, go to shopyins.com, get the best sport Pittsburgh apparel brand out there. Use code TPC15 to enjoy a generous 15% off of your first purchase. We have some Penguins collective gear. They have some some Carlson gear, some Kyle Dubas gear. It's really cool. Go check it out at shopyins.com. That's shopyins2z's.com and use code TPC for 15% off your first purchase. Guys, thank you so much for listening, so much for watching. You can find this podcast anywhere you find your podcast. We are on Apple Music. We are on Spotify. We are on Audible. We are on Amazon. We are on Chatbox. I don't know. We're on TuneIn. We are literally on every single podcast platform out there. Look up the Penguins Collective podcast. We will be there. We are not hard to find whatsoever. You could find us. We also stream after every single game. 15 minutes after the final horn, you're going to get me and Josh talking about the game, breaking down, and giving our analysis after the game.
What am I, chopped liver?
Abby is our producer. And those you came in so loud there. But every single game, Abby is producing. Me and Josh giving our takes. Join us. We are on Twitter. We are streaming live to Twitter, streaming or X, streaming live to YouTube, and streaming live to Twitch. We are streaming on all the streaming platforms. We're even going to be streaming on Instagram and Facebook soon. So stay tuned for that. Abby's going to be doing a great job of our social media to kind of grow the Penguins Collective, right? We want to make it grow a little bit more. We're going to be getting in on Reels and YouTube Shorts and all that. So stay tuned for awesome content. Also, we have a cool surprise for you. On Monday, we have a video with the voice of the Pittsburgh Penguins, Josh Getzoff. We're gonna upload that video to our YouTube, upload that all to our Twitter, you name it. Go watch that interview. It's awesome. He is such a cool guy. He called the first game of Sportsnet Pittsburgh, and it was fun. It was really fun. He's such a cool, down to earth guy. We talked about his tricks. We talked about just what he thinks the Pittsburgh Penguins are going to be like this season. It's a cool video. Check it out on Monday. Also, we have the announcement for the giveaway. So, kind of our fault. We'll take it on the chin here a little bit. So there was kind of a miscommunication with Shop Yins that we want to make sure. So Shop Yins is providing the jersey the 2 shirts, the hat, and literally all the stuff. They're providing it, and we kind of messed up how they wanted to deliver it. So we're gonna take responsibility for that. So with that, with all that, so we were supposed to announce the giveaway today, but we decided that we're going to extend the giveaway for a week and give 2 winners because of, well, basically we messed up. So we want to give people kind of a double chance of winning. So one person will win a jersey and the hat, right? And a $10 coupon off of your purchase at Shopyins. Okay? And then the second person is going to win the 2 shirts, like a sticker pack, and then an additional $10 coupon. So we're going to update kind of the situation, and that's kind of on us. This is a learning process, okay? Because we're a new podcast. We don't really know how these things work, right? Me and Josh are kind of growing and we're learning, and we kind of screwed up that whole thing. So we will take ownership of that. That is on us. That is why we're throwing in the $10 gift cards on each person winning. So we are extending the giveaway for a week. We'll make a new graphic explaining the situation. And then each person, 2 winners. One person's getting a jersey, hat, $10 gift card. The other person, 2 shirts, sticker pack, $10 gift card. So I think that's fair. I think that's a good response to us messing up, but I think it's relatively good. I think that's still exciting to win. It's not like we announced the winner and said JK. You know what I'm saying? So we're just extending it for a week. Those who entered are still entered. They're still entered to win. So,
Plus, you have a higher chance of winning now that there are 2 winners.
and that is true. So now you get a second chance of winning as well. And we just want to, it's kind of our fault. So we'll take responsibility for that for sure. So next week we will announce 2 winners, and then we're going to kind of take a break from giveaways just because we need to learn our lesson. So that's pretty much it. But guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. Seriously, it means a lot to us, means a lot to me and Josh and to Abby. This is our 3rd season doing this. We are constantly growing. We're constantly trying to do things all for the sake of creating a cool space for Pittsburgh Penguins fans to come and hang out. So we just expanded to Twitch. We're recording, going live for the first time, and it's all because of you guys. That's all because of you guys, because you guys have shown interest. You guys have been awesome from day one, and we want to continue that. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on Wednesday against the Detroit Red Wings. It's a 7:30 start time, so we'll be 15 minutes after the last horn. We will see you there, and as always,